game number 1 straight away. Let's just go for it, guys. And away we are. So, SadPanda versus SilverPython. Marlians against Berbers on Neom. I will quickly have a look at the stats. That feels like it can't have happened too much in the group stage. On Neom. We haven't seen any Marlians or a one game of Berbers. They lost it. Okay. But yeah, definitely rare picks on this map. I wonder how the Marlians will play. The Marlians can play in some different ways, right? They could go for the infantry line, or they could go for just camels and knights and play nice and wide around the map. They're quite a versatile civ. The Berbers, I think, will go for scouts and will play that kind of map control style, as I think that is, yeah, just more what they're accustomed to doing. And going crossbow with Berbers doesn't feel too great. They could do it, I suppose, but I think because they get the cheaper knights, it makes sense to use them. Okay, so yeah, neither player. Let's have a look. I think something we've seen people doing more and more now is pushing deer on Neom. Looks like both players are thinking about it. SadPanda coming forward now to push some deer, and SilverPython again just having a scout in the right place. There we go. So yeah, both players can push some deer in Dark Age a long way back, and you got to make your way around these wood lines, but definitely is worth it, I think. Would have seen more Marlians if Tom had access to them. Yeah. Poor Tom. Knocked out in the round of 16. Cruelly denied Marlians. But yeah, they're such a strong civ now. In the good old days when Tom would play Marlians, it was a kind of, well, they were kind of a meme pick. But they're so much stronger with that gold bonus that a lot of people are going to want Marlians, not just Tom. Pixels come to join me once a drink of my water. Okay, and now, yeah, bit of a miss lure there on the board, it looks like, but SadPanda pushes one deer already, second one on the way. SilverPython just, the deer had a bit of a difference of opinion there, but we'll get this one in eventually, so it'll be, and this one going back now, yeah, so both players having a quick having some issues with the deer pushing. Surprise stream, yeah, surprise stream. A spontaneous decision. But I'm really excited for this set in particular, so I wanted to cast it. And SadPanda, yeah, that deer resets again, and I think he's going to give up on that. So have a look at the build. 3 on wood. That, to me, says it's 19 pop scouts. Bloom on the way. I think that's absolutely right. And SilverPython with Loom on the way. 19 population. Should be able to click up if these guys can drop off some food. Yeah, perfect stuff. Both players up pretty much the same time. SadPanda actually with 0 seconds of idle TC time. So yeah, strong stuff. And Babylon Vampire in the chat saying both players have been really strong. Yeah, there's the way the brackets have formed. It feels like there's a lot of games which could be the final along the way. You know, there's some really big names facing off early in the knockouts, so that's really exciting to see. As SilverPython under the cosh already from SadPanda's Scout Cavalry in Dark Age. Eagles coming in, barracks on the way up as well. So yeah, it will be scouts for both players with the aim to control the map and I guess go into knights for both knights and camels. So yeah, both civs, Malians, Berbers, kind of similar, right? They can play the game kind of similar way. The Berber cavalry is cheaper, but Malians get more gold, so it makes it easier to afford those knights when you produce them. So they are very much, it is, I would say, kind of as close to a mirror as it could be without being an actual mirror. Berber comes up with 2 villages, so this scout will not be able to disrupt it too much. Oh, that one's weak already. Ooh, so yeah, SadPanda just pulls a 3rd. Good reaction there, and sends this one home. And looks like slightly less HP, but who knows who's going to win this one? Oh, well, yeah, he had just enough less HP that actually this would have taken 5 damage? Okay, no, it would have been 1 hit away. Yeah, so that's fine. Interesting strat, pushing deer from the middle. I think the thing is, because you know where your opponent's TC is, there's kind of no disadvantage to doing it. Other than the fact that it can mess up your Dark Age economy because you're too busy focused on that, so you mess up your build order or something. So we've seen a lot of players do that, and I think yeah, it's a good idea if you have the sort of APM to make that work over such a long distance to push. Both players have been pretty good with their production. I love this from both players as well. Spearmen. Well, look at these two. They're really going toe to toe here. Very, very similar openings. That's the farm count looking like 6 farms already to just 5. So good job from SadPanda. It has some more wood as well. Malians get that wood bonus on their buildings. Doesn't it always spawn the green line? No. It can spawn sort of, I don't know, south, west to northeast as well. But it can't spawn diagonally, like the long way. Because that would change the map quite a bit, actually. Okay, so SilverPython now does have 5 scouts, to be fair. Quite a good production from SilverPython. And SadPanda's got to be a little bit wary about that. I mean, the good thing is, yeah, walls on this side have been pretty solid. And the spearmen here defending, so it's going to be tough for SilverPython to really get in, and SadPanda has no such issues because their base is completely wide open on SilverPython's side. Oopsie! Watch out, the spearman's there. Does lose 1 scout. And this scout sees the entire army, so yeah, it's tricky for SilverPython because he's built so many more scouts, but they're just not really getting much value. I guess they're getting map control. They are getting map control, but behind this, the economy is looking much better for SadPanda. 27 seconds idle CC time to 1 minute 40 means that actually the build difference is 3 builds. You know, it's not huge, but it is definitely noticeable. And now going to gold, only 11 farms. Might need a few more farms before going to everything in gold. Wheelbarrow on the way as well. I guess the market will help to get up to Castle Age, but yeah, SadPanda's clearly thinking about Castle Age already. SilverPython not quite ready to think about that just yet. With 7 scouts in the field, wants to at least make SadPanda sweat a bit in Feudal Age. Good reaction there, walling behind with the house. And the scouts, yeah, they don't really do too much damage to the palisade walls. The spearmen now gonna trickle out of the palisades as well. 1 spearman the wall. Oh yeah! Both names, SadPanda, SilverPython, that's true. Well, they are, yeah, they are very much equals, it looks like. Maybe it's not their farm, no. doesn't quite get that farm snipe in, but yeah, being annoying with these scouts, it's so frustrating to have those scouts running around inside the base. And SilverPython with the better food economy right now, 18 farms to 14. And yeah, SadPanda will need to just hang on a little bit before going up to the castle age. Interesting, look, neither player going for mid control. The one thing you can do is if you think you've won the map control battle in feudal age, send some vills forward, build a mill and take all these deer. But neither player quite in the position to do that, and I think that's probably fair enough, right? Because well, SilverPython has the larger army, but yeah, all these spearmen and so on, it is a bit too risky for either player to go forward now. So I think that makes sense. I'm just wondering, maybe we'll see something in Castle Age. I see the res in the bank. There we go, Castle Age on the way, but SilverPython's not going to be far behind. But 3 villager difference and wheelbarrow came in already as well. That is quite a big lead. 6 villager lead, basically. Castle Age coming in now. I'd love to see horse collar before we see too many more farms. Maybe SadPanda forgot about that one. Bloodlines coming in for the stable units. SilverPython, just the one stable for now, where I think we saw, yeah, SadPanda add 2. These spearmen trying to be annoying, but yeah, good reactions from SilverPython. Oh, this fill might be a bit weak, but yeah, spearmen, you know, they just kind of tickle the vills. They don't really do too much damage, so no worries. And the Berber vills move a bit faster too, which is a nice bonus. Oh wow, yeah, it needs a blacksmith. Notice that. Needs to get the upgrades in. And yeah, these spearmen, I guess I don't mind them being annoying, but you know, they could do something in against the scouts, so doesn't want to lose them for free. But this is good pressure, I guess. And there's only 3 of them, so yeah, goes into the knights. SilverPython's not far behind, and the Berber knights are cheaper, so that will help a lot. Second stable coming up now for SilverPython. And yeah, neither player sent any vills out to the oases just yet. SilverPython's marking the oases of SadPanda, so if some vills try and run out here, they'll be intercepted by the scouts. That's a really good play, I think. For the mobile outposts, and you got to be careful because there's no stone on Neon, so making an actual outpost on this area, which would feel like a great idea, is quite costly because it means you have to buy a stone if you want to make 3 TCs. So second TC for SadPanda coming, SilverPython rather, coming down inside the base, not on the oasis. Knights flooding forward too, actually starting with forging, not armor, but that means the TCs can do quite some damage if they're fully garrisoned to these knights. Yeah, see, it's a big chunk of damage gone down already. And 8 knights on the field, but no camels just yet from either player, although SilverPython, yeah, adds some now. Camels will do well in this fight. And I think SadPanda needs to just get some upgrades first. We'll spot the 3 TC from SilverPython. That's actually quite big. Spotting the 3rd TC in there is a big deal because it means that your opponent's much less likely to go out to the oases because they haven't got any stone in the bank, right? They have to buy more stone to make another town centre. Which of course they can do, but it's just an extra step, so it limits the avenues which SadPanda has to explore to attack with. And takes the engagement here again. Oh wow, I see that actually no upgrades, not even forging for SilverPython, so these knights are a little bit stronger for SadPanda. No camels, but here come 2 camels from the Berbers, so yeah, SadPanda taking some bad fights here actually. Yeah, and this TC can't be built just now. Either player with the monastery, there we go, monastery added for SadPanda. One village trying to be a little bit sneaky, but I don't think it's going to go up, and in fact tapping this TC would be disastrous because there's 2 knights sitting there. Monastery completes, and monks are on the way. SadPanda finally adds the second TC at home. Still has the Ville lead, by the way. Foundation wisely deleted. As the knights are pressuring on this palisade gate. The gate is locked, locks in the conversion. I think that'll be a good start for SadPanda to get something, but actually the knights say, fine, I'm just going to take the conversion and carry on attacking. The monk will fall. They should win. Red should win this fight though, I think. Yeah, with the forging upgraded in, it does make a difference over time. Okay, so SadPanda getting some compensation there. That's conversion coming in too. Okay, so things stabilizing slightly. SilverPython with 3 TCs working has caught up in villages. And yeah, a little bit of a stalemate now as SadPanda running across the map trying to get some return damage in, but I don't think anything's going to too major is going to happen off this because SilverPython's much more walled up now. Ooh, watch out, SadPanda! Big. Oh gosh, loses 2 knights there. A big army from the Berbers sitting in the middle of the map. Can't get too crazy with those. Okay, yep, gonna lose all the knights now. But back to square one. It's just 4 camels and 2 monks on the field for now. Knights are on the way.
Yes.
Oops. SadPanda saying that struggling to micro the units, so they paused a bit to have some try and help with lag, so that makes sense. No one braving the outside. Yeah, exactly. Neither player going. Oh well. Okay, here we go. Now it's SadPanda's turn to go out to the Oasis. And the camel will deal with the scout, but are there more units coming? I don't see Python's army. Okay, here we go. The question is, was that the alarm bell sounded for SilverPython to go and try and sweep up here on the Oasis? The TC foundation is placed. Now once that starts to be tapped, SadPanda cannot delete the foundation without, you know, spending some of the stone, right? So chooses to go forward. Oh boy, this is risky, SadPanda. It's really, really risky. Walls in the villages, that's a really good thing. Oh my god. Did he just scout it and then say, actually, maybe there's no one there? Let's have a look. Sees that one villager. You're gonna find it. Surely we'll find it now. Yep, does see that Drill's building the TC. Okay, so knows what's up. There's a big army from SadPanda now coming forward. I think the TC probably will complete. That Tyler Palisade's very low though. Oh my god, no. Oh dear. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. SadPanda's attention's focused at the front. All the camels and knights run back because they realise that there's nothing left to kill there. But yeah, that's the thing, right? 58 of the stone has been spent already on that town centre. So SadPanda's going to need to buy some if he wants another town centre in this game. Camels, knights coming back. Monks, can they prepare some conversions? 1, 2... Conversions locked in, the third one not going yet. The third monk healing up this monk, actually really nice stuff. And that conversion comes in too. Will that swing the fight in favour of red? It looks like it if you look at the HP bars at the side. It looks like SadPanda's taking the better engagement here, but more camels coming to join, and that flips the HP bars in the complete other direction, and SadPanda has to run away. No more monks left for SadPanda. Tries to take the fight on the hill, but I'm not sure about that one. Oh boy. And SilverPython buys 100 stone and builds a town center in this corner, if this sort of side of the map. Banji thinking that maybe SadPanda shouldn't have deleted the TC and just left the foundation up to force the knights to hit it, I guess. It was quite far completed already. Now comes Hellas Collar. Gosh, yeah, that would have been really good earlier on. Neither player with the Castle Age would upgrade either. This map is so hectic and chaotic to play. It feels like it's a really stressful one, especially as game number one. It could be a bit of nerves coming in. SadPanda buys 100 stone again. Okay, so this will be TC number 4. On the forward gold here. And some... Okay. So this is something we've not quite seen Neom get to this phase yet. SilverPython's going to wall off the side. And we are going to transition into the sort of longer term... sort of longer term game where both players have big armies. We saw that amazing game between Akal and SilverPython, right? Akal and SilverPython on Neom. They did. It was Gajara's versus. Gosh, I can't remember now. But that went really late. This is a slightly different situation where both players have the army. It looks like SilverPython's thinking about Imp. Picks up that relic with the monk. Good attention to detail there. There is lots of gold available on the map. Waltz is right by this villager. Yeah, on the way to Imp now is SilverPython. 133 pop to 100. Doing really well in this game and slightly out villager popping SadPanda too. When SadPanda looks at the market, he will get the bad news that the wood price isn't quite what it once was. And now, only now, Scalebarding Armor comes in. But these camels, oh my goodness, you can't take that fight. And unlucky there not to get a conversion coming in. SadPanda switching into the pikeman. And also getting a clutching. Ooh. That just for the TCs? Maybe that's for the TCs. Gives the TCs a bit more damage, but not any more range, just fletching. So yeah, fletching coming in, and the camels don't have any base pierce, so they struggle especially hard against town centre fire. University is going to be targeted by these camels, but yeah, the real threat for SadPanda is the Imp is almost in for SilverPython. He can go for the heavy camels as Berbers, we can go for Cavalier too. Looks like a Siege Workshop forward as well. But yeah, Imp only now clicked, and these camels, they're gonna yeah, okay, they have to run away, but they are camels usually not too threatening. But okay, wow. Well, these knights are very threatening as a raiding force. Okay, and SilverPython goes up to Imp and takes a lot of pokes from those pikemen. Gosh. SadPanda will be very happy with that little run by there. Has quite a few units there. 6 knights parked on this oasis. I'd like to see 5 of them just be taken away to help. I'm not sure. Or go raid, maybe. Maybe 5 of them can go and raid. But you just need to have 1 there to check on the oasis, really. Okay, goes back to that same spot he's already found. Cavalier coming in. Capped ram complete. SilverPython targeting the unprotected town centre at the northern oasis on the map. Whereas, meanwhile, SadPanda going forward for the Siege Workshop. The 4 monks are not on their way over yet, so I think this town centre is going to go down. The HP is dropping pretty rapidly, and these knights aren't dying in return. So yeah, it goes out for this oasis now. But it's a bit of a desperation move as the camels break through on this wood line. A bit of an overchop maybe. Conversions coming in, but there's only 4 conversions against so many, or 3 conversions rather, against so many camels. The army number's looking pretty even, but I think it's misleading. I think it's a lot of pikemen against cavalier. 30 cavalier on the field. And these villagers are dropping like flies. Captrams pop out of the siege workshop. They can go forward for this town centre. So many pikemen, but I think the pikemen just aren't going to cut the mustard here against the knights. They don't have any infantry armour, right? So they die very quickly. And GG is called. SilverPython takes game number 1. What an entertaining first game in this series. Wow. Good stuff. And if that is the standard of play we're going to see in the other 4 games, then we're in for a treat here, because that was really strong performance there from SilverPython. Yeah, I think that was really good. And SadPanda was looking stronger earlier on, right? Berber's good choice of Civ. Ooh. Banji a fan of Berber's on the What about Malians though? Surely Malians would be good. Or better on other maps maybe. Go back to the draft now, let's have a look. Where's the options available? So Neon was a win for SilverPython. Berbus, wow, the last pick. Taking a Gay of Malians, the first pick. Oh, wow, yay. That's going to hurt. SadPanda. The other maps available. Nomad would be pretty nice for Malians, right? Kawasan would be nice for Malians. Maybe a little bit too like wrong priorities there. I'm not sure. If they get Cav, you win with more numbers. If they get Arch, good genitals. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I just kind of think genitals are a meme, but I guess they probably are quite good, especially for the high mobility required. Okay. Did anyone try to go for any siege towers or ram pushes? I don't think we've seen any siege towers or ram pushes. So have to keep an eye out for that one. Game number 2, I doubt we'll see either of those here. It is Land Madness. SadPanda gets to pick the map, goes to one of his own home maps, and Land Madness, similar-ish to Neom. Oh boy, I'm excited already. SilverPython is the Gujaras. SadPanda with Khmer. 2 good Land Madness civs. Will we see the Gujara Camel Scouts on Land Madness? I think even, like, if there ever was time to see it, against Khmer, right? Because they might not have barracks, so the spearmen are even worse. Oh, I'd love to see Camel Scouts. Even just 1 Camel Scout added could be huge. SilverPython, I think, yeah, just gonna take a quick detour from pushing the deer to go and get those sheep. So Gujara's already with 6 sheep. Okay, yeah, so there's 2 more there. Wow, look at this. Is this normal? That feels ridiculous. So many deer. That is, yeah, jackpot, exactly. SilverPython's pushing them from quite a long way away here, but could go closer to home and, yeah, find the sheep and even more deer. That's really good. How is SadPanda's base looking? Pushing a deer from the back. Forward berries, but some back golds. Feels a bit more cramped. I think just because these 2 forward wood lines. Does feel a little bit cramped. SadPanda's base, whereas SilverPython's got a much more open one, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Would you rather have an open base or a more closed-in one? On Land Madness, you can't wall, so it's not much of a benefit to having these forward wood lines, whereas on some maps it'd be great because you can just build your production buildings here and then completely block off the front of your map. You can't do that on Land Madness. But I guess it's still useful, right? Because you can funnel the units through into some spearmen or something, so maybe SadPanda will be happy to see that. As we see the lumber camp coming up now, as the Gujaras have to wait a bit before they can afford that one. Oopsie, still pixel falling off there. I think she's okay. And SilverPython, yeah, finishing up the push of those deer. Wow, has some more deer as well. Does need to just... okay, it's not a ball, my friend. You can't do that. So, yeah, swing and a miss on that push. And SilverPython, yeah, does need to find the last two sheep. That'd be a good thing to do, I think. It's got a little bit tunnel visioned on those deer, it feels like. SadPanda builds the mill now. We see 2 on wood, so this will be some fast Khmer action. Without any boar, it can be tough. Where is the scout though, going forward to try and find the enemy base? So, SadPanda, or that one, sorry, without 2 boar rather. You have, you do have 1 boar on Land Madness. But SadPanda confident that he's got enough food to go up at the right time. SilverPython, wow, 18 population build coming in. SadPanda goes to the 19 pop. Thing is, with 24 seconds idle TC time, actually, SadPanda's going to be up just fine, and with a bill as well. So, yeah, could try and steal these sheep, but be careful, SadPanda. They're going right next to the berries, so it'd be a nice bonus for SilverPython to have those sheep scouted for him. Yep, let's find them. And we'll put them in the mill, I'm sure. There we go. So 1 minute to castle to feudal age rather for both players. We do see a barracks from SadPanda, so not going to be doing anything too crazy with Khmer. And to be honest, I kind of like that because otherwise you well, you're gonna get scout rushed, right? So having the ability to make spearmen is kind of important. You don't want to be caught with your pants down, really. Being unable to make spearmen to defend. SilverPython comes up to feudal age. SadPanda, that 1 bill later, does so as well. Spearmen queued up straight away for both players. Double backs as well, so stable being produced, but no stable yet for SadPanda. Okay. That's the wood. But not placing a stable. Let's see. Is that intentional or just waiting to place it before? Yeah, just going for some farms. I mean, Gujaras can go archers, I suppose, but need to get some gold for that. Or is it just all in spearmen? Maybe it's all in spearmen. A lot of deer for SilverPython there. Okay. And SadPanda does find the wood line for SilverPython. Ooh. Oh, nearly nabs that farm. But yes, just looking around the base, can't see any military production buildings other than that 1 barracks. And that's the range. So good recognition there. I really like that actually from SadPanda. Are you not building any scouts? I will just go with some archers then and kill your spearmen. And that can be a huge difficulty for SilverPython. Now, of course, SilverPython can just go range as well. And go for some skirms or some archers to counter it. But yeah, SadPanda just gonna call SilverPython's bluff here a bit. And now mining camp comes down. I think Ajar's kind of go for an FC or something. Kind of feels like it. Still not placing any range. I think a range might be required when these archers start coming forward. Okay, archers in the queue. One archer, one skirmisher. No blacksmith yet, so can't go for fletching. But low army numbers from both players. Only 4 to 4. So units come forward now for SadPanda. This Camel Scout is full HP. Might spot the archer. Don't think it did. No. Blacksmith now added as well. So yeah, SilverPython really wants to go up to Castle Age without making a stable or archery range, but let's see if that can be pulled off effectively. The archer's now coming forward. Fletching will follow shortly when that blacksmith completes. Yeah, the spearmen focused down by the archers and skirmisher. And the spearmen there as well, so SilverPython inching closer and closer to Castle Age resources. But when these archers get forward on the gold, okay, yeah, and tower is forced out. I think that probably is required because these resources are in quite some threat now from the forward archers. 7 army to 1. Castle Age resources are in, but SilverPython lacks those buildings, so can't click up. Range now rushed down with a lot of ills. Hasn't got the wood for the other building though. SadPanda with Khmer doesn't need the buildings, but does need a bit more food. Can place a lot of farms for, and they all work very efficiently. Fletching now comes in. SilverPython desperately waiting for a little bit more wood in the bank to afford a market or a blacksmith or something. Get up to Castle Age blacksmith now as the building. But all the while, SilverPython is just reluctant to build any more villages. But okay, eventually it will go up now. In 55 seconds idle CC time, so a little bit of a chaotic one for both players. Skirms now added for SilverPython. And these archers trying to harass on the wood line. I like that a lot. But it's tricky because of the TC's attack radius there. It's hard for them to get too close, but they do squeeze in close to the wood line, and well, the range is right there, so it's going to be tough for them to get too much value. Yeah, and this skirmisher. Oh, good snipe. Nice snipe there from SadPanda, but yeah, Castle Age on the way. This aggression isn't going to be the sort of game-ending pressure from in Feudal Age. But perhaps it could have been, so yeah, I think SadPanda here will have to consolidate and go up. And honestly, I wonder what's SadPanda's best plan here. 16 vills on gold, goodness me. Could go for anything. Could go for knights or crossbows. Obviously has the ranges working, but does have a stable up as well. So we'll just react to see what he sees. SilverPython can add 1 Shravamsha rider in Castle Age, and that'll be so annoying for SadPanda to deal with. The Camel Scout upgrades to a camel. It is only 7 HP though. Not too scary. Germs added. Oh no, of course, he hasn't got stable yet, so can't go for any Ramsha Riders. Castle Age coming in for SadPanda now. But yeah, Fletching coming in for the skirms at last means that they can keep up with these archers. In terms of the range they fire at, and SadPanda decides that, yeah, maybe a stable is the best course of action. Even against Gujaras, the Gujara camels are really strong. But without any stables scouted out, I think it's probably the right choice, right? Because there's no need to be afraid of Gujara camels when they can't produce any, so... Sees a lot of skirms and vills unprotected, and thinks that knights are probably the best course of action here. If that's the case, I think we do need to see bloodlines and scale binding armor come in. But Castle Age will be reached fairly soon, so no time for that just now. Stable completes. Castle comes in. We see some knights. Crossbow Bodkin, okay, crossbow Bodkin. It did have the second stable, so yeah, SadPanda just keeping a bit a lot of options open here. And elite skirmisher tech and Bodkin arrow as well. I think some knights would be great here. Crossbow Bodkin completes for SadPanda. Surprised we haven't seen any stables just yet. Ramshas and camels would do great into Khmer, it feels like. Main counter is pikemen. We haven't seen too many spearmen out from SadPanda. Guess monks do well as well. And these crossbowmen are running away from the elite skirmishers. I think they will be able to get away. Forward siege workshop coming up and a monastery as well. Okay, so SadPanda taking the fight to his opponent here. It's 2 town centres against 1, and SilverPython has a lot of wood in the bank, so could even go for another one. Although, yeah, did spend some stone on a tower. And the siege workshop added as well for SilverPython, but it's quite far forward here. Don't know, might that be denied? Let's see. 11 army to 1. That's a big deal, because SilverPython's got to look in a lot of places at once here against all these knights and crossbows. And the, well, straight down the front door, the mangonel. Hasn't got any counter raids coming in, or anything to distract SadPanda with, so
Yes.
SadPanda definitely will be happy with this. Another quick pause comes in. That all sorted out. And yeah, the farm's deleted by SilverPython, so knows the trick there of having the mangonels hack the farms for a bit of extra range. And the sheep converted by SadPanda, it doesn't want those to be taken back by the Gujaras. So the Gujaras lose their passive sheep income. Tower forcible as stone. This is such a sad tower to place. Kind of protects this wood line, but not really. Mangonel comes out. These crossbows respect it very nicely. But despite having 2 town centres to 1, it's actually SadPanda who has the build lead. Now has a second town centre as well. Lumber camp at the back as well. Added. This one is running completely dry, so it does need to distribute that economy a bit. But SadPanda not going for the sort of killing blow yet, not committing into too much army, right? You see the military production, there's nothing there. All about the boom right now, so I feel like he does have the momentum sort of window to go for that. It's just gonna hold back for now. These crossbows scared off from the mangonels. The knights come in. Repairs come down on the mangonels. The Vills trying to repair this one. Will they be in time though? I don't know about that. Yep, the Vills can't repair. And that's a really costly loss. I'd love to see some more mangonels from the SadPanda actually though. Let's try and break in on the wood line. Yeah, it has so much army at critical positions around the map. SilverPython's not looking at all like pushing back anytime soon. And that's giving SadPanda all the freedom to all the map control. Good economy back at home. Did spend 5 stone on an outpost, it looks like. Not sure where that one was. Lost it somehow. Mangonel does pick off 3 crossbowmen, but well, it will be destroyed. Where's the monk? There it is. Will it go down? It does go down before the monk can get to it. The conversion coming in. The knight instantly deleted. I think he could have run away from that one, but respecting his opponent there, respecting the monk RNG, deletes it instantly. And now there's a light cav, or a scout cav rather, that could deal with the monk. Whoa! Okay, quick conversion coming in, so good response by SilverPython. Now this knight is the knight's converted knight's turn to go for the mangonel, and I think it will get it down. Takes one skirmisher on the way out. 60 vills to 54, but 17 to 2 army. And just look at how SilverPython's base is. The monastery was forced to go up inside the woodline. That's how constrained SilverPython has been, and the knights now running rampage around around the base. They're going to spot this TC coming up, and that's bad news. Are they going to spot it? Oh, good. Oh my goodness me. Did you see that? I'm not sure he saw that. I think SilverPython will get away with this one. That is a very fortunate let off there for SilverPython. But SadPanda has a mining camp on stone, and I think a forward castle on his mind here. These crossbows now finally reactivate. Come forward across the map. Oh, here's where the stone was spent on the outpost. Never went up. Crossbows circling round the back. They're going to see this town centre. See all these villas building farms, but they can take some of them out. Finding some good picks before SilverPython notices the vills now pulled off the stone mine to go and discharge their duty on the forward town centre. Good reactions, but another very quick conversion it felt like from SilverPython. But is that going to be enough? 2 mangonels on the map. Where are they? They're going over to these crossbows. The castle coming up now. I'm not sure. I think they'll still be in time to get something done, but the knights and light cav are there. Yeah, and they're going to be wise to this. They're not going to let the mangonels disrupt those villages. Knights moving in now. The castle nearly complete. Vills pulled away from the closest side to the oncoming mangonels. Good response there from SadPanda. Second mangonel shoots, gets 1 bill down, but the castle ultimately does complete, and that is on the town centre there. Doesn't pick out any gold, but it does give a very, very strong forward position to push from, and Imperial Age coming behind this. This is going to be 1-1, I think. There is no way that SilverPython can hold on here. 73 bills to 52. Imp coming in. A petard added, I guess, to take out the TC quicker. But yeah, SilverPython is on their last legs, it feels like, and the knights running around again. SadPanda just needs to add a bit more food economy at home. Shore up the income there, and then can start to flood Cavalier. And there's no answer that SilverPython can have for that. There's no stable. The Gajara is playing without a stable. And, well, it makes it hard to defend against knights, right? If you're the camel civ and you can't make your camels. Town centre will fall. And, yeah. I mean, ballista elephants would be nice on the woodlines. Take out those villagers. petard going for this stone mine. Is it gonna reach the tower in time? Oh god. It does. It does reach the tower in time, but doesn't even take it out. And yeah, Imp 30 seconds away. SilverPython knows that they're behind, but doesn't want to tap out just yet, I think. Because, of course, this is a knockout game. Tournament life is on the line. You want to give it your all before you give up. 20 vol lead. Army lead. No more knights being out of the queue now. I think Cavalier will come in instantly as we see Imperial Age come in. Trev added, of course. Good addition there. Monk to heal up any weak knights. Chain barding armor. Feels like all the momentum on the map is in favour of SadPanda right now. A castle actually added by SilverPython at the top of the map. These knights could go over and try and deny that one. Will it complete in time? They're on their way. Bloodlines, wow. Yeah, been a while without Bloodlines. Cavalier coming in as well. I reckon the knights might get there a little bit. Well, let's see. 50% complete. This palisade gate is a nice touch, but I don't think it's going to help stop the knights getting in. And while they're building that, they're not defending the castle. They're not building the castle. The gate's open, actually. The Vils trying desperately to build the castle. I don't think they can do it. I think this is going to be a doubt castle as the foundation goes down. Yeah, the Vils building the foundation do fall. And SilverPython says GG and resigns the game, meaning SadPanda goes 1-1 in the series. What a great set. And yeah, blow for blow. Land Madness victory for SilverPython. That was their home map. Let's go back to the draft actually. Jara's lost and Khmer won. And Land Madness was our map, so good comeback for SadPanda. Really good comeback. And that's exactly what he needed. Okay. But SilverPython has, well, two very different maps as their home maps. Fortified Clearing and Nomad. Let's see what we see next. Ooh. Well, it is going to be Fortified Clearing. Whoops, there we go. Fortified Clearing is the map, and Poles against Britons. Okie dokie. This is really cool. We haven't seen much Fortified Clearing at all. Poles should be a great civ on Fortified Clearing. And the reason why is because their economy is so strong. They can go for the Schlachta Privileges Cavalier, but also with Oberk, Trebs. I think they get Bombard Cannons, no? They're just a great civ. Really, really tough civs to stop. Britons also have a very nice boom themselves. And the one thing about Poles is they don't get last armor on their archers. So the Briton range units could be quite tough to stop. We'll have to go for Onager? Onager Bombard Cannon? If SadPanda can get a big mass of the Briton longbows, it could be tough for Poles, right? And let's see. Oops, sorry. Let's see what SadPanda can do against the Poles' booming economy, though. So Britons, their bonus to their economy is that their TCs are cheaper. They cost half the wood. And that's nice, but it does mean that Well, it does mean it's not as nice as having folwarks. That's such a good eco bonus. So yeah, I think the Poles should have a much smoother economy this game than the Britons. But yeah, both will be very good. I also wonder if we'll see any player go for the relics. Of course, there's 9 relics on this map. So going for those is well worth it if you can spare your boom to do so. Look at this, actually. Not seen that before. 3 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Kind of interesting. 5 in the middle of the map. So they're all very close to each other. 5 in the middle of the map here. So it's not hard to if you can go for your light cav monk opening, it's really not that hard to go to pick up those relics. If you've got the map control. SadPanda takes the second boring now. SilverPython, the winner of game 1 on Neon, the longer game of the 2 we've just had, goes for the second boar as well, pushes the final deer. And yeah, there is the folwark. So I wonder what build order we'll see here from the Poles. They can do this kind of light cav monk thing. What Poles can also do though is a castle drop. They have some very strong build orders where you basically don't mine any gold. You only mine the stone and use the passive sort of 2-for-1 deal on the gold when you mine stone. Take it up to Castle Age and drop a castle with loads of builds on stone. SadPanda is really struggling to find those extra sheep. I feel like he's going to feel like a scout everywhere. Where are my sheep? I think they've been lamed. Yeah, should find them now if you carry on the current trajectory. There we go. So that's good. Neither player with much idle time at all. Both comfortable doing their booming builds. And SadPanda walling off to the side. I think if any player was likely to go for some shenanigans around the side, it would be the Pole player rather than the Britons. So kind of makes sense that SilverPython doesn't feel too afraid of that sidewards pressure, and SadPanda respecting it a bit more. There's not really a short way around this map. It feels like the bottom is slightly less distance than the top, but it's not by much. It looks like a much more, just because the way this nub of trees sticks out into SadPanda's base, but it pretty similar. Second forward headed already, wow. That does surprise me. I don't think we need a second forward now, right? SilverPython, okay, so here we go. This is one of those pole build orders that I've been talking about. It looks like SilverPython's been cooking this one up in practice. Clicks up with 24 villagers, so 25 pop click. And 5 on stone, now down to 3. Is this really going to be enough? I'm not convinced this is going to be enough gold to go to Castle Age. And SadPanda, what is the plan there? SadPanda's going to struggle for food. He's eaten through all the food already. Okay, so yeah, neither player really has the right resources, it feels like. I guess SilverPython can sell some stone. Okay, but goes for the feudal age upgrades. Ah, right, okay, so you want to get... Okay, I see the idea now. Wanting to get horse collar before seeding any farms. I'm assuming. There we go, so farms start to be seeded now. Yeah, and that will drop off some food straight away. into the coffers. Market coming down now. Guess the blacksmith will follow. And SilverPython will be up pretty sharpish after all said and done. Market for SadPanda at the front. Does need a bit more wood for a blacksmith. But yeah, both players should be up at fairly similar times. Blacksmith now added by SilverPython. Do you resign this position? Yeah. It's looking tough. It's looking tough to continue. Either position, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think this is either player's ideal ideal build for sure here. And it's actually market range, not market blacksmith. Both players housed, it looks like, housed at 30. So yeah, very similar stuff. The idle TC times ticking up together. SadPanda blinks first and gets loom. SilverPython has castle age coming in. But yeah, very, very similar stuff as we go into the next phase of the game. Castle age coming in from both players. SadPanda just a little bit later getting loom, but yeah, 29 vills and 1 military unit for both players. And the resource distribution pretty similar as well, except SilverPython's on stone. I don't think the stone will be a huge factor. It's not enough to make a castle when we reach castle age. But it is nice having that stone income. And now takes the fight downhill. Ooh. Well, that went a lot better for SadPanda. And the Vill is here. The Vill can help to fight off that scout. Yeah, SilverPython will be upset about that actually. Okay, now Archer's stationed out to go and pick up those relics. Well, not pick up the relics, but rather protect the relics. The scout now. Yeah, SadPanda turning that one round. Does take out that scout. That's really nice. Military micro there from SadPanda. I think they will get the relics in the center of the map. Looks like SilverPython's not too interested in those. Wants to protect the walls at the side. Remember, this is SilverPython's home map that we are seeing here. And has prepared some strategies with the poles, it looks like. Town center coming down now on the stone. As castle age comes in now for SadPanda. Not much wood in the bank. Let's see what the plan is here. For SadPanda, it's a forward siege workshop. Wow. That is gutsy. I don't know if I like that. Oh my goodness, let's see. Sable coming down for SilverPython. Eco upgrades as well. The thing is for SadPanda, Ram? If we break through these walls, what then? You know, we break through the walls and then we're in the pole base, but they have knights, right? It will cause some panic for SilverPython, I expect. And I think this is a really good thing behind. You need the monastery coming up to pick up all the relics. That's a really, really good addition behind this. So if this is just to kind of keep SilverPython honest, it's a great addition. I'm just worried for SadPanda that he is gonna commit too much to this. Castle coming up now. Can SadPanda see that one? No. So we'll only find out about that castle when it finishes and starts shooting the ram. Has the range at this side as well. What can SadPanda see? Sees 2 relics there, so yeah, knows there's 2 relics at the top. But doesn't know there's only 1 at the bottom. Can they see the castle now? Still no. Will eventually complete. Yeah. Okay, so the ram will be forced away. And SadPanda might want to consider walling behind this, right? Just to make sure that no knights run through. Can wall in your opponent. It's a really good addition. Really good thing to do. Monk now picking up the relics. One already come in. SadPanda just rotates a little bit round to the top of this wall. 11 army to 0. SilverPython booming up nicely behind us on 2 town centres. SadPanda with just 1 town centre. Siege tower! Genoese crossbowmen. There we go, baby. Siege tower for the crossbows. But where's the siege workshop? Oh god. It's just this one. Aye, aye, aye. Well, okay. It's gotta make a lonely, plowing a lonely furrow on its chip back all the way around. It's so funny. It's going all the way around here just to park up next to this bit of wall rather than this bit of wall. Oh god. And now it's had a crisis. Oh, what? I don't know what's going on. Should be worth something at least. Yeah, if it does make the trip round, it should be quite good, right? That's just stalled a little bit. 3 relics coming in. The monk out to get. Where's the monk? Oh, it's just stuck there. Castle coming forward now for SadPanda. I think that's quite good. It's tough to say whose position I prefer here. I kind of like the fact that SadPanda's on the offense, but the villager numbers are getting a bit scary for me. You don't want to get too far behind in vills. I think SadPanda can afford a town centre, obviously not with the stone, but can afford with the wood count to make a lot more farms and a TC behind, and that might just make it a little bit more palatable. The siege tower is spotted by SilverPython. That's really sad. And he'll be thinking, what is going on here? Why is there a siege tower here? What? What's the point of that? Imperial Age coming in, and that is a quick time. 24-minute Imperial Age click. Mining camp down on the stone. Petards have been productive. Yeah, so the siege tower is a bit too finicky. We're gonna go into the front door now. Petards queued up, and well, they will break in through this stone wall, but they won't get too much further than that, I don't think. They might be able to break through a blacksmith. There we go. Out to the gate. Here's the other one as well. SilverPython. I mean, SadPanda. Yeah, does break through the gate. And SilverPython in squeaky bum time, I guess. But yeah, I share your concerns, Genoese crossbowmen. I just don't think. Is this enough? Is this enough distraction? This is really a good find here, but the crossbow's under the TC archer range, the TC range. Although they're not quite under the TC range. They can sit next to this. This is quite a cute little spot here. I mean, Mangonel here will just end the fun and games. Petards coming forward now for what? For the castle? Ooh. That is really nice. That is such a nice touch. I mean, they could have deleted the foundation, but that's 650 stone that's gone. What a heads up play. And they've overchopped. Oh my god, the petard can come in and kill this house. Petard, no! The petard could have killed the house foundation. The crossbows can shoot the vills. Poles are imp now. They do have a castle. Mangonel finishes as well. But SadPanda now sees his opponent in imp, and that might trigger the warning to think about Imperial Age for himself as well. Second TC added. Mine's a lot of stone. 700, 800 stone in the bank. These petards just going crazy. They're just running all over the place. I can't believe that castle foundation denial, the petard. But yeah, it's kind of funny, right? One player's an imp, but can't really, I don't know, waiting for Schlachter, I guess? The other player is just booming it behind, but has this forward army, and it feels like, yeah, there we go, Schlachter privileges. So SilverPython was just waiting for that upgrade, and when that one comes in, we'll start to commit to the Polish cavalry. Castle a bit further back for SadPanda. Petard's now tasked, I guess, on these houses, or lumber camp maybe. House number 1. And SilverPython's going to repair or make something behind this if he wants to keep out the crossbows. Petard's coming in. No, the archers. Where are they going? Oh, good splits, but gosh. SadPanda being a bit hard done by with the pathing there, it feels like. And now has the resources for Imp as well. Okay, so it goes up to Imp behind this, and both players on pretty equal build numbers, but oh god. A lot of army loss there. Dodges through past the mangonel. Goodness me. That mangonel got a lot of value there. A lot of value. Okay. And SadPanda... Britain-Arb... Yeah, Britain-Arb should do fine, right? The Polish cavalry don't get last armor. So... I think Arbalest should be quite good here. And they don't get... Poles don't get armor on their skirms either, so... Their main defense against Arbalest will be Onager, right? I think that, I mean, okay, so Pikes, obviously, that's kind of like a percentages play. That's just makes it much easier. But I think SadPanda should keep going with the Arbalest. Not get too worried about that. I guess Halb Treb is what they're thinking. It's true that there's... Yeah, the Arbalest won't do very well against trebuchets. Might need to see masonry being teched here for SadPanda. Pikemen start to be produced. Yeah, a little bit of a ropey one here. It feels like the Chevs finally get going, but SilverPython tech Schlachter ages ago, and only now starting the production. 1400s, yeah, these are both 1400s, I think. Hero Age comes in for SadPanda. Trebuchet queued up straight away from this castle at the back. No longbows or anything. In fact, not even... That's not Halb or... Yeah, what's the plan here, SadPanda? What is the plan? The few crossbows... Is forging that important? No, I don't think so. I think brace is what we really want to see here. Pikeman will find some good damage on the mangonels. Splits them up into 2 groups. Yeah, good stuff. The pikeman will do... The forging will help against mangonels, I guess. That's good. Yeah, takes out those quite comfortably. And SadPanda actually has a real lead here. I think SilverPython's been a bit sloppy with the TC idle time. Yeah, you can see that's crept up a bit. And 4 trebuchets now rolling forward, but there's nothing to protect the trebuchets. Halb tech now, iron casting as well. SadPanda seems to have given up on the Arbalest idea, but I don't really... I don't know, I think you gotta stick with Arbs. Let's see. Gosh, Trebuchet is going right for those crossbows. That's gotta hurt. They unpack and they show SadPanda that SilverPython's gone for the trebuchets and gosh, sorry, and Cavalier. Oh, that's better. Building up for a while, that one. And chainmail armor coming in now, so pretty much full halve defense for SadPanda. Well, obviously that's going to be very good against Cavalier, and that's all that SilverPython's making. I do see a few Obuk mixed in, but when the Obuk numbers rise, we'll need to see longbows or arbalest. Wolf Trebs added, and that makes the Trebs much more deadly. Especially in a Treb war, right? Because they're completely accurate. So it makes it much easier to win Treb wars. Hey! Thank you very much for the raid. You're a sucker, alright? Low Elo Legion. Sorry you couldn't play in the tournament, but I'm glad you're here to raid it. And we're in the quarterfinals, the round of 16. Thank you for the follows, guys. Big whoa! Yep, there we go. 1-all, SadPanda versus SilverPython here. The upper bracket round of 16. It
is good to be the king.
Thank you everyone for all the follows. As SadPanda really going for the halve Treb push. Wolf Trebs are in. Has the res banked up for Arbalest? Should that be deemed necessary? Although, I don't know, it's not too interesting it looks like. Oh my god, the Wolf Trebs, are they going to find the Trebs? Nope, they're just going for the house. They pack up now. Arbalest teched in. I really like this. I really like this. And the Trebs unpacking now. It's going to be a bit of a duel here. Who's going to take the victory? Surely the Britain Trebs will win, but wow, the Polish Trebs taking a great engagement. They have been so accurate in that opening salvos there. That's really good for SilverPython. So now, yeah, repair both civilizations repairing their Trebs. Arbalest added the back. Forward siege workshop there. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice this. The Cavalier around the side. The Cavalier around the side, and that could be really damaging. Can SadPanda react in time? It looks like it. This barracks is going to hold fast. Behind these palisade walls is a layer of stone walls, so shouldn't be too big of a problem there. Suddenly, all's kicking off. In the centre of the map, Trebuchet is being repaired by SadPanda. 3 Trebuchets to 1 does get the kill. And around the side, really dangerous scenes here. This palisade wall is all that's stopping these Cavalier from getting in. And there's no halberdiers at home. Halberdiers pulled back, and I guess they can sweep through this gate. They can push straight past. Oh my gosh! And good quick wall, really good quick wall. They delete the house. Yeah. So SadPanda recognizes that actually he wants to get outside now, and forces Cavalier away with the halberdiers, and it really is heating up now. It's kind of a slow 20 minutes in the middle 20 minutes of this game, but I think both players now have reached their end compositions. And Thumbring tech. So what's SilverPython got on his mind? Oh, ballistics. Look at this. 24 Polish arbalests added behind by SilverPython, but they don't get last armor. I mean, SadPanda, by the way, hasn't got any armor. Here we go, padded archer armor coming in. Typically, you don't want to be in an arbalest fight against the Britons, but with the techs that each player has and with the army numbers, simply 35 arbalesters to 15, this is quite a good time to push with the arbs from SilverPython. Now these halberdiers have pushed out around the side, and they're going to keep going. The cavalry have been beaten off all the way back to their home base. University coming down for SadPanda. I'd love to see ballistics and chemistry come in when that one completes. As the winged hussar come round the side, trying to raid. Seems impossible to beat Britain Halbarch now. It does, I agree, but it's just a question of numbers, right? If SilverPython has the superior numbers, then I don't know, it should be fine. Also, remember the Britons. 4 relics in the bank. That has been ticking up the entire game, pretty much. SilverPython could get some of those for themselves, but the gold is starting to become a bit of an issue for our Polish player here. The halbs have pushed in, and that's a lot of cavaliers that are going to go down to these halberdiers. Oh my goodness me. That's a really good pick-off. And the Arbalest are going to try and take out this trebuchet, but come into fire from the Britain Arbalest. Still, I'd love to see chemistry and ballistics come in when that university is finished. Halbs take out the winged hussar. And yeah, this castle just shores up the position at the back. That panda's floating a lot of food, by the way. I think we can pull some bills off farms. Go for the gold again here. Poles have finished chemistry. Poles do get bombard cannon, guys. Poles could go for bombard cannons. SadPanda with 4 relics, yeah. And SadPanda goes for elite skirmisher. Yeah. Does that really need it? I don't think so. I think we can just go for Arbalest. I guess feels like he doesn't have the gold for it. And oh yeah, only now has gone back out to this gold, so a bit of a stopgap there until the full range production comes in. Yeah, just needs more archery ranges basically. There's a lot more production buildings. The SadPanda. As they're pushing in now. How it is are trying to get through this wall again, but I don't think much is going to happen here. These cavalry are patiently waiting to get back. Oh no! Oh god. SadPanda deleted that house. I don't quite know why. But it... Oh, he wanted to go out and drop a castle or something. No! And he calls the GG. He calls the GG. SadPanda with 144 bills to 100 bills. I guess frustrated that the side couldn't get through there. And the trebuchet is pushing down this castle. It felt like SadPanda had everything under control. Oh my goodness me. And calls the GG. And that makes it 2 games to 1 for SilverPython and gives SilverPython the match point. Wow. Let's put that result in there. So, fortress clearing win for SilverPython. All players winning their home maps so far. Britons, not too high up the draft, but neither with Poles. SilverPython still has Lithuanians, Cumans, Byzantines. SadPanda has Magyars, Franks, and Spanish. And the maps remaining are Nomad and Kawasan. Lithuanians feel like so good on that. I guess the Nomad Civ. What are you playing on Nomad? Spanish is going to surely be so good there. Byzantines against Spanish, maybe? GG's in the chat. Yeah. I also struggle at spamming buildings on Imp. Yeah. Yeah. Some players are good at that and some aren't. Like, it feels like that around the 1400 ELO level, that's a big differentiator. Some players will enjoy the late game more and some players much prefer the early game more. Yeah. So we'll see. But maybe that would be the difference. Alright, I will load up the 4th game here. Kawasan. Byzantines against Franks. Will this series go the distance? Will we take it to a game number 5? Or will SilverPython book a place in the quarterfinals in just 4 games? Let's find out. Let us find out. Byzantines against Franks on Kawasan. So that means that if we were to go to game 5, it would be Spanish on Nomad for SadPanda. But he has to get there. He has to get there. Now, Franks on Kawasan should be great, but Byzantines on Kawasan should be really, really good. And it feels like Byzantines are a bit of a counterpick here, right? The thing with Byzantines is they get the faster firing fire ships on the water, on the ponds. That'll help a lot. They also get cheap camels. And everything that Franks are going to do, and they get cheap pikemen as well, so everything that Franks are going to do, which feels like knights and sort of forward castles and all that stuff, all of that is going to be countered by the Byzantines, it feels to me. And they're so hard to play. Byzantines have a reputation for being a civ which is hard to play with and hard to play against. And I think it's exactly that kind of stubbornness which is going to make it difficult for the Franks here. Louis Legion says, I have bad memories of Kawasan. Well, it's a pretty hard map, I feel like. You have to be quite cognizant of the different areas of the map at once. So all the ponds, your enemy's base, and also the middle with the 5 relics. This is a version of Kawasan with 5 relics in the middle of the map. Some versions of Kawasan have a different relic distribution. Hey, Riled. Yeah, a bit of a rogue one here. Late night cast. The games have been great. The games have been really, really great. It has water, I lose. Oh dear.
It is good to be the king.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Rodney. Well, there's not much water on Kawasan, but there definitely is enough to make it really worthwhile. Also, we have seen this in the group stages and other first round knockout games. You have to be a bit careful with the water to not overfish. Currently watching for a 10. Oh, brilliant. That sounds good. Well, I hope you can snuggle up. I hope it's not raining where you are. I really like Dravidians. Yeah, Dravidians. They're a good one. I think Byzantines... Well, I feel like Byzantines and Franks are both top tier. Maybe Byzantines are S tier, Franks are A tier on this map, I kind of feel like. But they play it in a very different way. I think Franks are going to go for the middle and central control with a castle in the hill. And Byzantine's just going to take the sides. And it's really, really risky to give up the sides to your opponent, it feels like. This is not live. This is not live. This is from Rex. They have played their game already. The winner of this set, let's see, they will go up against Duke Canada or MT Explore in the next round, the quarterfinals. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see. SilverPython has match point in their favour. Let's look at the builds to the players. 18 population, feudal age coming in. Okay. SadPanda has no intention of playing this map for the docks on the ponds. They are going all out. SilverPython could be caught off guard here. I mean, it's fairly telegraphed, right, as Franks, what you're going to do. But still, 18 population, that is a quick uptime. With 3 seconds idle TC time as well, by the way. So, SadPanda's not messing about. And if the scouts come across the map early and disrupt SilverPython's wood economy, it could be really, really tough. Remember, there's no mill, so all of the food is based on these docks, and the villagers under the TC. So when that expires, and SilverPython is looking to try and get some farms up and stuff, it could be really tough. And yeah, the wall's coming down now, but it's going to be a little bit too late, I think, to stop the scouts getting in. Feudal Age scout against a Dark Age villager. With Loom, it doesn't really matter. The scout will win that one. A second Vil brought in to support. But SadPanda watching it like a hawk. Oh god, does take some damage from the TC, but I think we'll be happy to get that kill. As Feudal Age comes in soon for SilverPython. But has to get some damage in. As Jenny's Cosperman says in the chat, these docks will give Python a massive advantage if Panda doesn't punish. Absolutely right, but it looks like that punishment is on the way. Doesn't it? Let's see, a lot of Vils walling though. Could SadPanda be kept out here? As a Vil comes across to this pond. Now, does SadPanda know about this? Does know the pond is there. Always a risky strategy to try and counter dock against Byzantines, but that might be what we're about to see. As the scouts now take their time to go in to the base of SilverPython, but the door is slammed shut behind them. So 2 scouts have made it in. Those should be the only 2 which will make it in to the base. And they're both, one of them's quite low. They're both a little bit low. Ooh, but no, they do get some value there. Okay. Nervous stuff. SadPanda playing with his tournament life on the line in this very game. This could be the final game we see of him in this tournament. And the galley coming out now will put paid to any attempt by SadPanda to cause SilverPython trouble on the water. I think that will spell the end of any shenanigans on the pond there. And you can see the food counts. SilverPython is miles ahead in food. Those fishing ships helping out a ton. And SadPanda, well, okay, does have some bills queued up. Yeah, gone to gold a bit early, I feel. I'm not sure what the game plan is. I guess the game plan is to go to Castle Age and go for some knights. But yeah, SadPanda needs to be a bit careful here, because this pond, there's a lot of food in these ponds. Look at this one's not been touched yet. 2,000 food just in this one pond alone, and it's being gathered at a very slow and steady pace by these fishing ships from SilverPython. So yeah. SadPanda now. It's an Cosplay is saying that Panda could go for some map control, grab the middle. You can get the berries in the middle. Especially with Franks, the berry collection rate is a bit faster. Could go for that. See that. Oh, really wanted to get the dock up there, but SilverPython wires to it. The thing is, I don't know. Even if the dock goes up, is it really that important to have the dock go up on the pond? Wow, that's a weird thing. Fishing ship, the galley sliding along like that. Okay, and this, I like this a lot more. Yeah. Just take the other pond, right? If your opponent's already fished out most of this one, just take the other one. And it looks like both players will go for this one at the same time, actually. Okay. The SadPanda now 28 villagers. SilverPython with 34. Ooh, and maybe got a bit of a tip off there. And does find the scouts in the right place at the right time to deny the villager from SilverPython. So that's a good find. That's a really good find. And can now start fishing on this pond. without any worries that it'll be disrupted. But Castle Age coming in for SilverPython. Byzantines in Castle Age get cheaper knights than other civilizations, also cheaper pikemen. And those units are going to counter the cavalry that Franks are likely to produce. SadPanda will click up shortly. Doesn't have the second building though, so needs to make a blacksmith. I think we'll now realise the lack of a blacksmith. Yeah, deletes the house to make one. There we go. Outpost down in the middle, just to make sure that there's no funny business going on. Also, it's going to outpost this pond as well. That's quite cool. No, Byzantines get cheaper camels. Did I say knights? Sorry, I meant to say camels. But they will counter the knights from pikemen, from Franks. Bloody hell! They'll counter the knights from Franks, and the cheaper pikemen as well from Byzantines as well. Okay, so this is interesting actually. The Byzantines have gone for an archery range, and a Vil forward with these three archers. Yeah, they're contesting the dock. Crossbow coming in now. I mean, this Vil's surely going to die. These archers can go for it. There we go. And crossbowmen coming in, so SilverPython not actually opting for a stable just yet. Second TC coming down. Panda walling up the side. Neither player mining any stone, but if any player was to go out for stone, if Franks went to stone, they get the cheaper castles, so that might be quite a good upgrade. Quite a good thing to go for it. Oh wow! And finally we see a dock make its way up here. Okay, fire galley queued up. Let's see. Let's see how much value this gets. Maybe it'll be really worth it. I'm just not convinced. Maybe it's. I feel like it's too late, but let's see. Castle Age still, what feels like an eternity, 20 seconds away for SadPanda. And he'll be desperate to get something happening here. Has one stable, of course, but not the second one just yet. And no blacksmith upgrades yet. Okay, armor coming in now for the scouts. Fire galley queued up behind in this dock for SilverPython. And town centre placed in the middle of the map. Fire galley on both sides. The Byzantine fire galleys are faster firing and therefore do more damage than the Frank ones. So it should be no problem for SilverPython to clean up this fire galley. Knight comes out now. And, well, gosh. Spearmen and crossbows clean it up. But yeah, the second knight should do the trick. And Vil's now coming forward to build that town centre. So it'll be 2 TC to 2 TC. But they are in quite different places. SadPanda's very much a forward TC, controlling the centre of the map, getting the berries and the relics. I think it will go up actually. Whereas SilverPython is a bit further back and it's also forward. If a castle were to drop on this, it would deny the gold and the forward TC. Whereas look at SadPanda's goals, nice and safe at the back. Third town centre now on the stone. SilverPython recognises that if it's a race to make a castle, he'll need to get stone coming in the bank. And the knight cleverly targets the repair bill on that fire galley. And that should buy enough time to mean that SadPanda can win this fight, although, well, the second galley pops out and they end up killing each other. Okay, TC completes, monastery, perfect. Gonna pick up the relics. There's 5 relics, and I said the relics on Fortified Clearing were close to each other. The relics on Kawasan are even closer, all in this middle hill. So one monk will be able to pick those up very quickly. And yet, good job by SadPanda in the end. So I was a bit disparaging of that dock attempt over and over again, but it looks like he is controlling the water now, and it is useful to do. Neither player fishing in the left-hand pond just yet. And SadPanda has 7 knights on the field against just 7 crossbowmen. When grabbing the relics in the middle, I always forget to pull them back. Oh yeah, well, like to put them at home, you mean? To make a safe monastery at home? Yeah. I hope I cast your set up for what's King Nats. Yeah, I would like to. I would like to. I think I'll have time. Not today, but I think I'll have time maybe tomorrow. Okay, market comes up from SadPanda. And I think that market is intended to help him get to Imperial Age. Let's see. It does need another building though. And yeah, this is a good addition now. I think this is the time. You do need to start thinking about getting a castle up as the Frank player here. And could buy a bit of stone as well. But neither player with much army at the moment, it feels like. Neither player really has that strong enough massive army to really do much with. And they're just kind of booming it. And while that is happening, the player with map control is at such an advantage. Because they can go for these forward castle plays, right? It's so much nicer to be in SadPanda's position where SilverPython's kind of stuck at home. Not much, okay, well, yeah, not much forward pressure I was going to say, but here we go. So let's start to move across the map with these crossbowmen. SadPanda will see that as a siege workshop, rather. That is the second building he needs as well. Surprising our pandas at 1k food. Yeah, is that Fristrum berries? No, it's not many fishing ships, right? There's no fishing ships. It's basically just berries in the middle. Monk comes in now. These knights being healed up, I love that. That's so good to see. Oh, just needs to finish that siege workshop actually. I think these knights can take the fight though. 8 knights? Well, maybe not. There's a monk there. Yeah, just gonna say does finish that one. Didn't quite finish it. The monk might have to convert back the knight. Just convert it back. Never mind. The knights now want to go take a fight. Okay, siege workshop finishes. Are we gonna see Imperial Age come in? I don't think we can. Ooh, but we have the stone for a castle. We have the stone for a castle now. The knight gets converted and is converted straight back, I think. Wow. Okay, yeah, a bit of a longer conversion to return to its original side. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah, this is scary. This is really scary. Mangonel pops out. Oh my goodness. Oh god. And it was actually too close to the crossbows. The Mangonel popping out, and meanwhile this castle goes up, but the knights are blocking each other. This castle's gonna finish. Aye. And that's so good for SilverPython, no? But 70 mils to 46, what happened? 23 minutes idle TC time, what? Is that, what? What happened suddenly? I didn't notice it was getting that big, that much of a vil difference. SadPanda with a huge vil lead and clicks Imperial Age. TC comes up there, mill added at the side, and both players have a stake to claim in the centre of the map. But SadPanda's on the way to Imp. And SilverPython is kind of nowhere near. It looks like the reds are good, but There's only 4 bills on gold. Okay, it's cheaper for Byzantines. Sorry, I remember that now. Yes, so he's very close to imp, and does click up to imp. Okay, so not too bad, but really tricky stuff here for SilverPython because SadPanda's got a much stronger economy and 5 relics. I mean, they are in this pretty precariously positioned monastery, but 5 relics is no joke. And SadPanda could afford a second castle soon, and that would double the number of trebs that he can produce. So 3 TCs alive for SadPanda, and also for SilverPython. Ballistics, scale mail armor. I'm just surprised you're not seeing any camels from Byzantines. Feels so good to go camels against Franks. And the monks ready to convert any converted knights also. We can go for this fire galley, I guess. We heal up the weak knights too. Good mangonel shot from the hill, just missing the main clump. Does get a nicer engagement. The crossbows pathing. Oh my god, what a huge cleanup on the crossbows. Aye, aye, aye. That was a massive cleanup. And the trebuchets now being produced from what a hit, son. Absolutely. Back of the net. And that was a huge swing in the terms of the army numbers. Crossbowmen numbers are now dwindling close to 0, and pikemen are the only army that SilverPython really has. But pikemen against Franks is fraught with danger, because if they go for the throwing axemen, they are just useless. And the knights now have swung round to the top of the map. This palisade wall is going to be made of paper, effectively. Knights are breaking very quickly. I'd love to, yeah, Cavalier coming in. Love to see some more upgrades for those. Chemistry added to get Bombard Cannon. And, well, SilverPython, I think, might be in risk of going to game number 5 here. What do you guys think? The trebuchets have popped out for the Franks. Pikemen aren't going to do too much at stopping those trebuchets. Castle's there. There's no fletching on the castle, I suppose, but still, I mean, yeah, the pikemen can't do anything about this. And this castle might go down. We haven't seen any HP upgrades for the Franks, so I guess that does mean the Byzantine castles are much stronger. But I just don't think it really matters. 2 castles to 1 as well, so I guess the trebuchet production is quicker. But yeah, look at that. The resources are quite stretched, and this is all that I was talking about earlier. The eco difference going into imp. SilverPython's eco is in shambles, pretty much. Looking for a polite way to say it, but it's in shambles. The knights have run rampage around. Game 5 hypes this to Ghost. I think it is. I think it's game number 5. The knights pushing down. This monastery, by the way, is still up, and all that relic gold. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at the relic gold. Oh, we'll have to look at the end of the game. But that relic gold will be huge for SadPanda. And look, he's not floating any gold, so it was all counting as well. This castle's not long left to this world. Pikemen being produced in numerous, big volumes here, but sort of quantity over quality, it feels like. They're not going to do too much against these trebuchets. And the knights can just run around. I'd love to see okay, hand cannoneers. Gosh, as if Franks didn't need another answer to pikemen. Why do Franks get hand cannons? That's crazy. Throwing axemen surely is enough. Come on, man. Like, Franks do not need hand cannons. French musketeer, I guess. Feels OP, to be honest. They've got all the answers to their main counter unit. Admin lost start going to Axeman, yeah. Well, okay, 93 vills to 60. The castles go down, all the trebuchets go down. SilverPython, by the way, has 91 stone and nobody on stone, so we're not going to see any more castles anytime soon. There are now 6 trebuchets on my screen for SadPanda, and they can start to pack up and roll across the map. Hand cannons being produced very swiftly from 5 archery ranges. I think there's nothing left to say here. I think we're going to game number 5. 30 army to 11. SilverPython doesn't want to give it up just yet. This is, of course, if he wins this game, he goes straight through to the quarterfinals. But I think he's going to have to get through Nomad first. And Nomad is our deciding game. What a final deciding game it could be. We've seen some pretty crazy Nomad games so far in this tournament. And we could be in for a real treat. GG is called. And SadPanda is victorious. 2 games apiece. Guys, we gotta do it. We gotta play it. It's Silver Scrapes time. Game number 5. I know. Spanish left for Nomad as well. I'm shocked that Nomad is SilverPython's home map. And Spanish is available for SadPanda. Well, we've seen crowns on all the home maps so far, so maybe SilverPython can keep that trend going. Oh boy. So Spanish against what? Gotta be Lith, I guess, right? Okay. Alright guys, are you ready? Game number 5. The winner of this best of 1 now goes through to the quarterfinals. The loser is out of Training Grounds 2. Hype could not be more real. And here we go. Game number 5. It is going to be Spanish against Lithuanians as Silver Scrapes fades out, and bloody hell, what we want to do? Oh my god. Oh god. SadPanda, that's not the start. That's not the start you want. SilverPython is building his TC with all 3 villages. Silver and SadPanda wanted to build a town centre there as well, I think, and now has to build it nearby, but oh god. This has got to hurt. Goes to the dock. SilverPython hasn't got a dock, which might come into play here. But the TC is going to be finished so much faster. Let's have a look. Spanish have lost their bonus, which means they build the TC faster. Okay, now SilverPython goes out for the dock. I do that as well. Genoese crossbowman. I think it's just because SilverPython had 3 vills close together that he just went for it. And honestly, I don't hate it, because as soon as you can start producing vills, the better. So, yeah, I think that's quite a good idea. Lithuanians get extra food as well. Christopher Bloom. Oh, he's housed. He needs to make a house. Yeah, there we go. Not convinced? I think it's fine. I mean, you need to get your TC pumping, so If they are close together like that, just go for it, I think. Okay. But after all said and done, it will be pretty similar. Well, let's see, actually, I guess. It depends if SadPanda can start getting some fishing ships out before SilverPython can get the dock up. No, that's not true, Riles. The first Vil does it at a certain rate, and then all Vils after that go at half the rate of the first one. I don't think it's I don't think they all go exponentially less. I think that's true. I don't want to. Maybe I doubt myself now. Okay, so dock does complete and fish ships are out. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. So nine Vils apiece here. Loom coming in now as well, so that will mean that we can more accurately compare. But yeah, the fishing ships are started up as well. You think Silver doesn't know where Sad is? I think he might, right? I can't quite piece together this sheep scouting thing. Was this the path a sheep took, went around here and then lost to the TC? I think this was a starting villager who ran up and built a TC. I think they lost a Vil to the TC. Yeah. So I reckon they do know where it is. The SadPanda obviously knows where. Yeah, SadPanda knows that the TC is here because they tried to build the TC there themselves. Ships coming out from both players. But yeah, SilverPython's even ahead in that as well. They're even ahead in fishing ship production. So it's not looking good for Spanish, to be honest. Okay, forward house. And one boar. I saw SilverPython take one boar here. This one looks like a different one. Yeah, this is one from up here. SilverPython had 2 boars to 1, I think. Okay, here's the second boar for SadPanda. Spanish, typically a great nomad civ because if you can get a castle up and go for conquistadors, that's one of the strongest, probably the strongest castle age unique unit in the game. And their castles make the build faster, so it's easier to get that castle drop off. But Lithuanians can be so difficult because their eco is so good. And they definitely have the lead in the eco situation at the moment. Even with the idle time, that's mad. Yeah. That's crazy, actually. 0 seconds idle TC time. Okay, SilverPython's gearing up for Feudal Age. One villager ahead of his opponent. SadPanda isn't too far off Feudal Age as well. They're actually pretty close here. SilverPython clicks up now. SadPanda is just gonna have to wait a little while longer. Get the 100 or 200 more food required. Dropping off some food now. Kills that other deer there. What's SilverPython gonna go for? Remember, they're kind of sharing their res. This is SadPanda's closest gold. This one. So I don't know what the strategy is going to be to get up to Castle Age. SilverPython gives you 11. Tell me more. I didn't see that. Was that a sheep converted or something? But they having time for a bit of tomfoolery. But look at the res. SilverPython has got so much food in the bank. The tower feels important. I absolutely agree. But if there is going to be a player who builds that tower first, it's going to be our Lithuanian player. Feudal Age, sorry, comes in right now. What is SilverPython going to do in Feudal Age? Comes forward with 3 villages. Takes that outpost down. Feudal Age nearly going to be ready there, and the barracks could make some militia, but chooses against it. I wonder what he's going to go for instead. And SadPanda knows that the Dark Age was a bit worse. Okay, there's gets on that gold there. So SadPanda knows that Dark Age is a bit worse for him, so doesn't want to go into a kind of Castle Age race. And I guess we'll try to keep it more open. I like this, by the way. Look, 2 fire galleys queued up for SilverPython. So he's going to go around the side and kill these fishing ships. That's such a good move, because denying your opponent's fish is a big percentage of their economy right now. And yes, SadPanda knows agrees and goes for a fire galley of his own, but from 1 dock instead of 2, SilverPython will be there first. Well, not be there first, but have a take a better fight. Okay, so this barracks was a kind of intimidation tactic. There's actually nothing coming out of it or being used for anything. Oh no, sorry, I tell you a lie. There's an archery range here. Here we go, yeah. Archery range here for the Spanish. Both players toying with the idea of Castle Age now, really stretching their ecos to the limit. We have no Feudal Age buildings. Spanish archers, yeah. Well, they're fine, I guess. They'll do the job, I think. I do definitely think, yeah, tower is important here. What are the elos here? I think we're in the 1400s for both of them. Maybe SilverPython is 1500? I'd have to check. We'll check after the game. Their current standings. But they're good level. Very good level. Fully upgraded in Feudal Age, exactly. What more could you want? Fully upgraded archers. Market completes. Blacksmith is on the way. I think SilverPython's going to win the race to Castle Age here. Has the res, has the buildings, clicks it up. And did he find that dock, by the way? What happened with that? Oh, here they come. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. A bit of ring rosy there. With these ships around the outside, but in 2 minutes time SilverPython will reach the Castle Age and start producing knights. SadPanda might go home sad here, because I don't know what they're going to do about that when that comes in. Dock denied. Fire galley queues inside of it. Both players' attention is stretched across multiple fronts at this point in time. SadPanda trying to save up enough res to click Castle Age, but market now added. We'll need to get quite creative with that. Here comes the tower for the Lithuanians. That will put paid to any attempts from the Spanish. Well, okay, counter tower comes down. It'll build faster for Spanish, but with more builds earlier from the Lithuanians. Both of them should go up. That's complete for a Spanish tower. Targets those villages, but yeah, nothing really too major there. Towers can shoot each other, of course. And the distraction time is great for SilverPython. SadPanda's gonna say, uh-oh, Castle Age comes in. And that's not what SadPanda wanted to see. Knights starting to be produced. Bills come forward to just batter down this tower. It's going to go down very quickly. And GG, well played. Good luck next. A short game number 5. And a clinical one for our Python. The snake takes it down. Game number 5 victory. And he moves on to the
It
quarterfinals,
is good to be the king.
where Duke Canada or MT Explorer await. SilverPython, welcome, my friend, in the chat. Subscribes with the Prime subscription. Thank you very, very much for that. GG. What a set that was. What a brilliant, brilliant set.